and the task ahead. The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, we'll be hearing from shortly. DA, take it away.
Well, the Utah Jazz tries to keep their players happy by financially incentivizing them. Contract bonuses include on-the-court performance, physical fitness, and off-season workouts. The team's general manager said, to be a significant program, we need to be great defensively and with individual development. The bonuses are created with those goals in mind. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Monday, they head out on the road to face the Suns in Phoenix. Then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Then there's Boss. Then there's the Quick. And it's Buckets in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Ingles in at the 3. Now here's Conley. Kicks it to Ingles. Outside, Bogdanovich. Inside, here's Mitchell. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Can't hit that one. Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Pass to Buckets. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Now, here's Mitchell. 26 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's the Quick. The long distance 3 is buried.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Conley. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Lakers.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And I like the commitment from Bogdanovich. Even when he gets knocked around, he stays focused on the rim.
Here's the Quick. And it's sent back by Mitchell. Over to the left wing. Misses the 3.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Bogdanovich passes to Conley. Ball's knocked loose. Ingles in the corner. Outside, Bogdanovich. On the wing, Mitchell. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Mitchell's got 5.
Mitchell's really been working on getting free off the ball and being accurate off the catch and shoot.
And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovich has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
They just seem to match up very well whenever they play these guys. You can tell they have a ton of confidence.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
And checking out the numbers for Clarkson, how he performed last season. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
Chalk up 2 there.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Here's Black Hole, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Niang passes to Clarkson. He feeds it to Bradley, but they get it back. Davis inside, pass to Moutier. 5 on the clock. That 3 off the mark. Gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The feed to Bradley. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. .50 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Niang. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
There's the pass to Big Smooth. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pass to Clarkson. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. .20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Moutier. D right on him. 4 on the shot clock. No good with the wing jumper.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's the visiting team in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better. And
well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
We've got Bradley. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Moutier. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off of making a layup versus making a three. So I don't think that Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Davis. Feeds it to Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Clarkson's got his second bucket of the night.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Utah. 11-point game. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Passes it to Jay. Sinks the triple. Jay's got 6.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
And let's give him some credit. He read the situation well. He created some space, and he delivered.
Now, here's Clarkson. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's Santos. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up. The first free throw is good. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Brantley. Bogdanovich comes in for George Niang. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Here's Boss. Gobert with the block.
You got to keep your head on the swivel when you go up against Rudy Gobert.
Dubs checked in for the Cobra. On a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Utah calls timeout.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Gobert finds Ingles. Hits the three-point bomb.
This is what Ingles gives you. Good size in the backcourt, high energy, and unbelievable touch from range.
Really left alone that time.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And it's Mitchell missing.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the second quarter. Conley with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Bogdanovich passes to Gobert. Dub. Ingles covering.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
Now Conley. Lobbed up there for Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
You've got to trust your receiver to go get that pass. Did you see Donovan Mitchell catch and finish in the same motion?
The quick passes to Santos. Gobert with the block, and they're able to recover. Here's Boss. 14 points from him the last game against Portland. Yep, it counts. Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Conley. Misses in close.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now here's Conley. Dishes it to Gobert. Back to Conley. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. Here's the quick. 17 points for him last game against Portland.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Stolen by Michael Conley. Poked away. 1 second left. And so it's the visiting team ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. Checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shots.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Boss with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. They've got Big Daddy. The quick is out there with Boss. Then there's Buckets, and it's P in at the center position. Gobert finds Mitchell. That's tipped. Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. The layup off target.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Utah shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Takes the 13-footer, and he overshot that one, missing.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Boss off on the layup.
Beasting on defense. First, he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
From a low-drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin.
Yeah.
Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
And Utah making a change here. Niang's checked in. Here's Flores. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Big Daddy's got 8 points.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Here's Niang. To the middle. And Bradley gets it to go.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Pass to buckets. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender, right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Clock at 6. And they're on the break. Here's Jay. And the layup is good. Jay's got his third basket of the night right there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Moutier looking around. Jazz passing it around. And that one good from Clarkson.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Just 5 on the clock. Plenty of daylight on that shot. 6 points for Black Hole.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Now the pass to Black Hole. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Black Hole's got 5 points now this quarter. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Right side Bradley. Back to Moutier. Bradley trying to break free. That's good from Moutier on the assist by Bradley.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Flores. Trains the three-pointer. Big Daddy's got 11.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Now here's Moutier. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here we go. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And here's Clarkson. He has 6. To the right side. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Bradley, no good. And so it's the visiting team going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. Let's listen now to head coach Luke Walton review the game plan with his team.
Great job on defense, Chief.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Williams-Goss. O'Neal is out there with Davis. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Tucker in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Nice shot by Gobert.
That's just too easy. Defensively, you want to prevent Gobert from getting the ball that deep.
Jeffries the pass to the Quick. Teardrop shot. Rebound, Utah. Tucker with the ball. Here's Williams-Goss. Gobert, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Dub the pass to Big Smooth. A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And, Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have an identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
Yeah, the defender in position there and with a height advantage. The fade away was really his only choice, but still a tough shot.
Now Tucker. Pass to Gobert. Shot from 12. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Slimmy's checked in for Big Daddy. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's the quick pass to Santos. Over Gobert. Gobert with the block. Now, here is O'Neal. Tight defense on him. Williams-Goss, the pass to Tucker. Now here's Gobert. Back to Tucker. Pass to Williams-Goss. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. And has been just uncontainable. 72%. Took him no time at all on that one. 10 points for the quick.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Williams-Goss, the pass to O'Neal. Here's Williams-Goss. And here's Tucker. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Black holes checked in for the quick. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Black hole. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up and up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
And they pick up 2. Williams-Goss has got his first points in this one.
That's good planning, and that's good execution, and that's a great look.
Here's Big Smooth. He's guarded by Davis. That one goes. Count it.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Gobert with it. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And that one's good by Davis.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
The pass to Jeffries. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Big Smooth. Goes up on the high post, and it's good for 2.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Here's Williams-Goss. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
He hits both from the stripe. 29 seconds left in the game. Here's Black hole. From deep. Knocks down the 3 ball.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a big win on the road.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.